This is going to be a Heidi's Horoscopes tarot reading for February 2023. I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot today. I'm using Light Seers Tarot February 2023 for the general collective of Gemini. So if you have Gemini in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, you have it heavily in your chart, you identify the sign of Gemini, then this reading is going to be for you. I'm going to shuffle your deck right now. But as I'm sitting in your energy, Gemini, I'm asking Spirit, what does Gemini need to know? I feel like you are on a bit of a shaky ground right now. But Spirit wants me to say this to you, that nothing lasting can be built on a shaky foundation. So although you may feel a little bit like things are in an upheaval or things are shaking up a bit for you, it is a good thing. It is Spirit dusting out the components of your life that are not going to be sustainable in the long run. So please take care this month and know that things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. And you do have bright horizons ahead of you. Let me just get your cards out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this one. I really do feel like, oh, wow, like you're on shaky ground. And sometimes it's not fun, man. It's not fun when life is a little unpredictable. It's not fun when things feel uncertain or things don't work out exactly the way that you had planned. But God is the big guns of the operation, Spirit, the universe, if you will, source, whatever you believe in. Your higher power is the one who actually runs and directs the show. And sometimes the things that happen in our lives might not quite make sense to us. And you may be feeling a little bit like that right now, Gemini. Please use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you hear in this reading or any reading, okay? Because your life is your own. And I ask you to take this reading as it resonates and let it land wherever it lands in your life. It may be one area we're talking about. It might be many different areas of your life. But what I feel here is that sometimes life doesn't go as we plan. We don't get the outcome that we expected when we were in the thick of it, trying to make things happen and maneuver about. And that doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. It means that you have experienced and achieved the results of all of that you should have experienced from what you're going through at that time. Sometimes it's exhausted, right? Sometimes what we're going through, we've exhausted everything we can take from that and learn from that. And you're either learning from it or I keep wanting to say, or beating a dead horse. I know that's kind of a terrible analogy there, but you cannot force divine will. And sometimes when life is throwing some friction at you, it's because you're focusing on the wrong areas. Okay. And that's really what Spirit wants me to say to you is don't swim upstream. Try to go with the flow of life and make the best of each moment and see where life takes you, because I feel like your view might be limited at this time. You don't see the big grand scheme and picture of the beautiful life that Spirit has for you. And as long as you're focused on trying to make what you want a reality right now, you're limiting yourself from the potential blessings that Spirit wants to bring into your life. So let's dive into your overall monthly theme. If you don't know who I am, my name is Heidi Corona, Spirit Speaks Psychic Medium Heidi. That is me, the one and only. I'm right here on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check me out. My links are in the description box. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. Click that notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. I want to apologize because January was a very rough month for me. I was sick for most of January, so most of my horoscopes were not there. And Gemini, I'm sorry you did not get a horoscope from me in January, but I'm hoping that February will turn the tides for me, and I'll be able to put all of them out there. And mid-months, I'm hoping, I'm praying. It's been rough. It's been rough. So let's talk about your overall monthly theme for February. Okay, February 2023. Your monthly theme is 7 of Cups. Okay, so this is about how things make you feel. Okay, maybe that shaky ground that we're talking about, that swimming upstream that we're talking about, is the logical actions that you feel that you should take in your life, the logical way that things should be falling together, doing what people expect you to do or think that you should do, or maybe what's been conditioned into your mind from a young age or from experiences that you may have had that make you feel like you're protecting yourself by doing X, Y, and Z. That's what it should be. There's no room for error. There's no room for flexibility. I feel very rigid in this. But the Seven of Cups is like, forget what you know, forget what you think you know. How do things make you feel? Do you see the water in this card? There's like water behind him and it's rushing through. Okay, so things are happening very fast. You can go with the flow of life, or you can swim upstream, which is not advisable at this time, Gemini. I feel like you're really wanting to control some area or areas of your life that are not within your power to control, and that can be frustrating. Okay, so let's take a step back and get out of your mental space with this, and jump down into your heart space, especially if you find your head kind of searching for answers, searching for solutions to problems. We can get really caught up in that, and we end up so focused on all the problems that we can't see the solution at all. And then that encourages more problems that come into our lives, because that's where your mind energy is focused at, and it incurs more of that with the law of attraction, unfortunately. So spirit is saying to, if you find yourself stuck in your headspace, to take a few deep breaths and literally feel your energy in your head and breathe it downward. Sometimes it takes more than just one breath to really pull it in. Pull it right down into your heart center, okay? And spirit says, how do these things make you feel? Okay, when you take an action, make a decision, decide on some course of action there, how do you feel about doing that? Not what do you think or what do others think or how will it look? Okay, but how do you feel about having to live with that course of action, having to live with that decision, having to live with that kind of an outcome? How does it feel to you? Does it feel okay, or does it feel like more tension, more stress, more problems? Your overall monthly theme is Seven of Cups. You might not have all the information. All of these cups are turned over, they're covered. He doesn't know. He's trying to make a logical choice. Oh man, I don't want to screw myself. What should I do? Which one's the best one? I just don't know. So, Spirit says, how do these things make you feel? If it feels bad, then that means pull away. If it feels good, lean into that area of your life. Okay. I'm really getting self care messages for you on this. Self care is super important at this time, because I feel like, Gemini, maybe you've been taking care of other people or other people's problems for so long that you've gotten lost on the wayside. And it's time to really take a look at you and what you need, and meeting your basic needs first. Okay, and even your more than basic needs, okay? Because you deserve a good life just like everyone else, and not after everyone else is happy. You deserve it first. That way you are your best self to help all the other people that you care about, okay? Or your job or the community, whatever's important to you. You don't show up your best if you're not quite feeling your best, okay? So, Seven of Cups, this is your overall monthly theme for February. Let's talk about beginning the month, okay? Beginning the month, you have two cards here. You've got the Two of Swords, which is kind of like frozen in a stalemate, okay? You got some different options, things kicking around your mind. You're not sure which direction to go or which step to take. In fact, you might feel blindsided, okay, by some circumstances that have arisen, or have somehow you found yourself in this scenario where, what in the heck is going on? I can't even move. I don't know how to solve this problem. I don't know what the right thing is to do, okay? Because your mind is not going to figure it out. Your heart knows. Okay. Your heart knows. If you can just get out of your head for a minute, drop into your heart space and let that take the lead, you will know what is right for you. Two of Swords here. Okay. So that's kind of a stalemate, two options possibly, but you feel stuck in the middle. Like, even if I choose this one, it's wrong. If I choose that one, it's wrong. What are you factoring in? Other people's emotions, other people's circumstances. But what about you, Gemini? What about you? Also, you have the Seven of Swords. Now, I have a couple messages on this, so please take this as it resonates in your life. Seven of Swords can be about manipulation, deception, people sneaking around and doing things behind your back or even in your face. And maybe you're turning a blind eye because it's too much to confront this going on in your life. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure if that's what it really is. How does it feel to you? Does it feel bad? Does it feel weird? If it feels weird for a reason. Okay, that's your inner knowing. That's your soul in there, and your soul has a direct line to spirit, and that is spirit attempting to maneuver you through these waters by saying, "Hey, something fishy is going on here. Something weird is going on here. The wool is being pulled over your eyes, or someone is sneaking around. This could be stealing from you. This could be people gossiping behind your back. Okay. You will know where this lands. You will know what weird feeling I'm talking about and who it is including. Now, the second message on this, like I said, take it as it resonates. This could be you who's not being quite forthcoming or honest with others in your environment. Maybe you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Maybe you're not quite forthcoming about the way you feel because you're putting, like I said, you're putting yourself in the back seat because you want others to be happy, but in the meantime you're kind of a little bit miserable. I'll just say this right now. Maybe you're coming up with your finances in a way that really rubs your integrity the wrong way. That's what this could really mean. Maybe you're gossiping because this makes you feel important. Okay, I'm sorry to say this. Sometimes we get bored, and we want some entertainment, so we decide, like, hey, let's talk about all these juicy details about so and so and their problems and this that, and then I don't have to look at my problems. But guess what, Gemini? Your problems are still there. Okay, they're going to be there until you address them instead of everyone else's. Okay, that's a big theme coming up in your reading today. So this is just beginning the month of February. We're already on the 3rd. You should know where you're at with this, whether this be in your home life, your relationship, your workplace. Totally up to you. Now, what are you manifesting? Actually, I'm going to jump to your what are you leaving in the past here? The past foundation. This is your inner knowing with major arcana card number 18, the moon. Okay. So this is something that you're leaving in the past at this time, or you're jumping off from this point. The past is painful. Okay. It can be. There can be things of the past when we see the black and the white, and it's illuminated now by the moon that drowns us in our emotions. Okay. And sometimes it's overwhelming. So we don't even want to talk about that stuff. We don't want to think about that stuff. We don't want to look at it anymore. It's been too much. Okay. It's been too much. So I see that you're really kind of closing the door to this chapter of your life. And Spirit is saying, if you don't learn from your mistakes of the past, do not close that chapter. Do not close that door, because you're inviting those circumstances to come back in and teach you that lesson again. Okay. And you don't need that in your life anymore, Gemini. You don't. So don't turn that blind eye to those past mistakes, because they're going to repeat themselves in your future. Now, what are you manifesting? Eight of Swords. This is somewhat of a challenging card, but I love this card. Okay. Eight of Swords here is about feeling restricted. This is what you're manifesting from the moment that you're sitting in right now. And I really feel like it's because you're like, oh no, what do I do? How do I solve this problem? I don't think I have any control in this area. Well, I'm just going to turn my face away and pretend it's not a problem. If you keep pretending that your problems aren't problems, they're going to get bigger and bigger until you're not just a little bit in bondage, you're completely wrapped up in it. Okay. You feel like you can't move. You feel like you can't breathe. You feel very restricted, like you can't say anything. You can't do anything to solve this problem that's become huge. Why? Because you've been in denial and you've ignored it, and then you pretended like things were okay, or like you were okay with things, when truly inside your heart was screaming, this is not right for me. This is not right for me anymore. Things could be better. Things could be better. So let me tell you right now, this is what you're manifesting, Gemini, but you don't have to do that. Your awareness is key. Start looking your life right in the face, okay? And whatever you don't like about your life, make the changes that you can make. That is going to help you absolve some of this energy, because at this moment you are manifesting some circumstances that make you feel kind of tied up and in bondage. But if you'll notice with the Eight of Swords, she's not. That is simply her mindset. That's how she views her circumstances here. She is whole, healthy, complete. She can stand up and walk away from those damn circumstances. She can kick those circumstances out of her life. She can quit that job. She can stop hanging around with those friends using those unhealthy coping mechanisms or bad habits or whatever this is that is making you feel all tied up inside. Okay? She is free. It's only her perception of the restrictions or limitations that bind her. Okay. Now let's talk about in your love life. In the areas of love, you have the Six of Cups. Now, two messages on this card here. Take it as it resonates. This could be someone from your past coming back in towards you. Okay. Literally, somebody who you used to know, who you used to chat with, who you used to, this could be a relationship rekindled. Okay. But it could also be you valuing the relationships that you have in your life now and seeing the growth and maturity between the two. Remember when we were so young? Remember when we used to not know so much? We were wet behind the ears, and look at us now. We're mature, we're seasoned, we're experienced, and we know each other. Okay. Two messages on the love life. You have someone coming back in from your past. If you're a single person, this definitely could be you. If you're in a relationship, you probably don't want to invite that can of worms into what you have going on today unless you're not happy. And in one case, if you're not happy with what you have now, Spirit is saying close one chapter before you open that whole new one. If somebody else who is more fitting to your lifestyle now comes back in towards you, it's okay to change and reinvent yourself at any time. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not cool with these circumstances and I'm going to leave, but don't take up more than one at one time. Okay. Spirit is really saying that to some of those Geminis out there. And for others, this is you taking stock of not only yourself, but of your relationships, your partnerships. And valuing those age lines, valuing those gray hairs, valuing all the time that you have spent in life together, because that time is so valuable. Time is something that you cannot get back. You invest it in whatever it is that you're doing or living at that time, and when that time spans years, months, weeks, years, whatever, it's a beautiful thing. So take a look at your partner. If you have a partner, Gemini, take a look and notice the growth. Notice the progression. Do you like what you see, or do you see that there could be more growth there? Okay. If you're grateful, tell them you're grateful. If you're this is really a call to tell your partner, if you've got one, like I said, um, how much you value and appreciate them, how much they are endearing to you, how you've loved to have grown with them. Spirit is saying, and not only that, but in yourself as well. Look at me now. You're not aging, you're experienced. And it's a beautiful thing. You have earned this life. You have earned where you're at today. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for who you are now, all that you've been through to still be the strong individual that you are. Now, in the money area for February, Page of Wands is what you have. So you might be taking up a second job or a new job, a side job, hobby, or craft. This is something new, a new action to your finances. Maybe you're beginning an investment. Okay. Maybe you're going to start renting out a room or some kind of a thing, but this is an added or a new venture that you have in the area of your finances and your money with the Page of Wands, but it's not begrudging. Do you see this? It's like, woo, free. Freedom is on the horizon. For some of you, I feel like you might be teaching classes. Maybe you're taking up painting, something like this. This is something new, but it starts with those healthy boundaries. You have to think outside the box. No more absolutes in your speech. Okay. I never have enough money. Everyone else always gets theirs and I never get mine. Like, these are the sentences that we can say, and the phrases and the ways that we say them that reiterate the same lack mentality. Okay. So this is about shaking up the norm, trying something different, adding something new to your toolbox so that it financially pays you. For some of you Geminis who are crafty or have like a lot of stuff around, you can have a yard sale. You can sell some of those old crafting hobbies that you have dusting your shelves or whatever this is, that can really put an extra penny in your pocket if that is something that you need right now. Okay. Now, in the area of home life, you've got the Three of Cups for February. Now, this tells me that people are going to be getting along. Okay. And that's a good thing. Just make sure. I really feel like as you're starting out the month of February, there's some dishonesty going on, maybe some gossip going on, maybe some pitting people against that person going on. And I want to say this, if maybe that's at your work, okay, and not so much in the home life. If you feel like your home life is extremely cohesive, I have to say this to some of you Geminis. I feel like you're being lied to a little bit. I feel like people are telling you what they want you to know because they don't want you to flip out or know the real truth of exactly what it is that's going on with them. As long as you don't know that I'm doing wrong, then you're not going to get me in trouble for doing wrong. Whether you have children, roommates, etc., who may be doing things under your nose, Gemini, with the Two of Swords, the Seven of Swords, your overall overall monthly theme is the Seven of Cups. How do you feel about this? Do you feel like people are being honest? Do you feel like they're really getting along, or are they just trying to smile and wave so that you'll leave them alone to go do whatever it is that they're doing? Okay. I know that you want cohesion in your home, and your home, the people who are in your home know that as well. So make sure that everything's all on the upfront. Keep your eyes open. I'm not saying you need to be suspicious of everyone, but if you have a funny feeling, pay attention to that feeling, okay, Gemini? For others of you, you might be having friends over at your home. You might be inviting some close friends to have a dinner party at your place in February, and it's going to be a very good thing to socialize. That might even kickstart this extra little financial whatever you got going on, to help put some more money in your pocket for February. So definitely pay attention to that. Hello to my live viewers. I see you guys on here. Hi, give this video a thumbs up if you think I'm awesome. I thank you for tuning in with me. Now, in the areas of self-care, now, self-care, major arcana card number one, the Magician. All right. So this is about you really caring for yourself, really caring for your emotional needs, putting your head down, not focusing on the outer world, not focusing on what other people's opinions are, but really focusing on you and what you plan to achieve with your life and with the month of February. Okay. Now, in tarot, water can be emotions. So this is really about, like I said, you're closing the door on those old emotions of the past that drowned you. You're coming up with new ways to manage this and really look at the way things turned out in your life so that you can avoid some of the pitfalls of things like that happening in your future. When you're familiar with that enemy, then you can notice the enemy coming, right? Okay, just take that as it resonates. You know what it feels like to be lied to. You know what it feels like to be cheated on, if you will. You know what it feels like to be abused. Whatever it is that you have had suffered or sustained in the past, you've come out the person that you are now today. And you no longer want to be a victim or lied to or pushed around or taken advantage of. Okay. So, really taking stock and inventory of your emotional needs and taking care of yourself first is what is indicated here with the Magician showing up for you, is that your life is what you make it. Do whatever makes you happy first, because that it makes you the best version of yourself to start dealing with other people. When you're unhappy, not taking care of you, how in the heck am I supposed to take care of anyone else with any quality, right? It's very indicated that you take care of you first, because then you are your best self and you can give that love to others and you can provide for other people exactly who you want to be for them. Okay. Now, unforeseen circumstances. You have the Knight of Swords here. Now, this is fast moving ideas, okay? This is about you having a vision of something, boom, and making it happen. I see that you can actually do this, okay? I see that you might have had cycles in your life where you're the doer, you're the fixer, you see it and make it happen, okay? But I feel like this is not for other people. This is for you. This could even be moving to a new location, getting a new job, all right? But the vision comes first. And with this bird here on top, you are divinely guided and protected on this path, but it's going to happen very quick. So no hesitating, okay? Like I said, you might be investing some money or deciding something like that along those lines. Making sure that you're following your own plan, though, because other people on the outskirts might have different ideas or different opinions that might sway you from this. So this unforeseen circumstance here is you and your vision and your plan and sticking to it. And it's going to happen fast and it's going to take you to greater places. That might have something to do with that financial, the new financial up leveling that you have coming up. Now, what could bring you down in the month of February? Nine of Cups. I must say this. I'm tired of being single. I'm tired of being single. I'm tired of doing things on my own. I know that some of you probably have partners, Geminis, but you may be tired of feeling like everything's on your shoulders. Okay, with the Nine of Cups, this is a positive card, but this is one person who's doing it all on their own. One person who's content and satisfied being the one who handles everything. I feel like that's bringing you down. Maybe you're depleted. Like I said with this Magician, self-care, hydrating yourself, doing things that bring you joy, even if other people don't understand it. Okay. Some people like to watch movies, listen to music, go out for walks, if that's what it is for you. Some people like to scroll TikTok and just like allow themselves to be lost in a task that gets you out of your mind, okay, out of your head, and just enjoy the moment. This is called raising your vibration. And when you raise your vibration to a point where you're pretty happy, pretty content, pretty reasonable, then that manifests those kinds of experiences into your outer environment, okay, as opposed to this kind of energy or this kind of energy where I'm stuck in my head, I'm stuck in my circumstances. It's okay to escape for a while, lose yourself in your work, lose yourself in your passion project, go to bingo or go out dancing or whatever this is that you decide you want to do for you. Not because you think other people, think that you should, but because it really truly lights you up from the inside out. Okay. So what can bring you down is having a lot of weight on your shoulders, doing things alone. And if you're single, being single, man, that's real stuff. Maybe you're tired of it. Maybe you would like to have a partner. Maybe you would like to have some other influences in your life, like relationships, this, that. Maybe you would like other people to rise to the occasion and do some chores around the house or start paying money for bills or rent or bringing in dinner or whatever this is. Okay. So, what can lift you up in the month of February? Justice, major arcana card number 11, justice, fairness, balance, equality. Do you see what brings you down? Me, I'm one person doing everything, even being happy on my own. But this could be marriage. I'll just say that. But it also could be other people pulling their weight, other people doing their part, being fair with each other, being balanced in your life. Okay. Everybody's following the rules, people are listening, and I'm not having to handle it all on my own, nor am I having to be a dictator. Okay. A dictator in my environment. Now, I have a special message on this for some Geminis. Please take it as it resonates, guys. Um, Now, like I said, in the beginning of the month, you have a choice to make. You might feel like there's some deception going on in your environment. You're manifesting this kind of further restriction based on the circumstances that you have. This justice could literally be intervention, okay? Some kind of intervention into your home life, work life, relationship, whatever, by legal reasons. Okay. It could be law enforcement, it could be court orders, filing divorce papers, I dare say, or even getting married for the singles. Okay. Take that as it resonates. But this justice card could really be you clearing up some of those feelings that you're having. This is weird, this is off, I'm not sure I can trust this, so you know what, I'm cutting it out of my life. I'm making these people leave, or I'm bringing in people who are healthy and follow the rules, and pay the bills and whatever this is. People are having to live up to this standard, and it's not just me saying it; it's actually being enforced now. Okay, so this can really be something that lifts you up in the month of February. Again, take that as it resonates as far as the legal action. But I feel for some of you Geminis, that might be what it is. Maybe you're going to court, or maybe something happens in February that arises those kinds of circumstances for law enforcement or lawyers to intervene to help mediate some kind of I don't know, negative energy that's going on in the relationships in your life. Now, closing the month out. Closing the month out, you do have two cards. This is crazy. Okay. You have the Knight of Cups. This can indicate romance, dating, that kind of thing. It can also be you being the best version of yourself. You have done the things. You've started this new money venture or project, craft or project or whatever this is. You're shaking up the norms of your life. You're grateful for what you have now today. You're deciding to give the self care to yourself that you need by showering, bathing, getting your hair cut, doing your nails, whatever this is that makes you feel like the best version of you. When you feel like you look your best, then it's easier to act your best, right? And when you're feeding yourself what you need, I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about like giving yourself the pleasures that you know you enjoy, allowing yourself the quiet time if that's what you need from time to time, resting when you need to rest, having that drink or cocktail after work if that's what's healthy for you. You know yourself. Your journey is your own, but you're allowing yourself to do these things for you now instead of for everyone else, and then you get left out in the cold, and then there's that resentment there that keeps building, like, well, everyone's happy but me, right? You're deciding I'm going to be happy first, and then I'll help everyone else as I can, right? So Knight of Cups, this is you sitting in a lot more healthy energy, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. These are both pretty quick cards, quick emotions, healthy emotions, clearing things up. But the Knight of Pentacles is about money, property, physical health, tangible means. Okay. So the Knight is, this could be moving. I must say this right now. This could be you moving or others moving away from you in a healthy way. The Knight does not hurt people. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles, he's not like, fuck off, go handle it on your own. He's like, okay, listen, I'm going to put in my 2 weeks notice because I've got a better job and I'm tying up these loose ends in a very appropriate way so that I can move to the next beautiful place in my life. And in fact, here, I'm going to bless you on my way. I'm not leaving people high and dry. I'm out of here and I ain't paying my rent. It's not like that. You're like, guess what? I'm tying up the loose ends. I'm being respectful. We're handling this like mature adults, but I'm going to go on my way to a healthy space and I bless you on your path as well. Okay. It doesn't mean you're partying with people, but the fact that I see this in the beginning of your spread, in the beginning of your month, you're kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of torn up about all of this. But in the end of the month, your emotions are much more balanced and physically you're taking actions to better the situation. Very hopeful here. Very, very hopeful here. This could be a promotion at work as well because they see how charming you are, how smart and equipped you are to handle the job that you're doing. Okay, this is you being recognized for the amazing individual that you are, Gemini. You've kind of pulled yourself up and out of the stress that you've been in. And why? Because your overall monthly theme, you've been listening to your inner knowing instead of the outer environment or your logical brain, which sometimes is not right about what to do. We all have a brain that sometimes steers us wrong, okay? But your heart knows what's right and your heart knows what you can live with. Your heart knows what is best for you. So I see by the end of February that you're really following that and it's really going to show and it's going to take you to great places, bigger places. You're going to be more financially stable. You're going to be more better health as well as far as your grooming and self-care, filling that cup emotionally. You're not going to feel so drained and depleted because I really feel like you're taking these suggestions. I really do. And I know we said you were manifesting some of these circumstances, but I really feel your ears perking up. And I feel like you know what I'm talking about. And you're like, not me. I'm not going to be stuck. I'm not going to be trapped with this shit. I'm going to make choices and changes to better my life. And I see this here, even if you have to have some kind of intervention to help you and assist you with the process. Okay. Now, as far as final guidance from your spirit team, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is about walking away, man. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to decide, you know what? This life is not working for me. So I'm going to cut these people out, these places out. I'm going to cut things out of my life that are no longer healthy. I'm turning my back. I'm not looking to see if everyone's okay anymore. I'm making sure I'm okay. If this doesn't live up to my standards, then it is no longer in my experience. You're really putting your foot down. And I think that's because you have seen a taste on the horizon of what the life that you desire, of what it is, and that you could actually have that you could achieve that and attain that. But it takes letting some things go to make space in your life for spirit and the universe to bring in better things. Okay. And I see you really doing that, even if that means moving on, changing your environment, asking others to move on in a healthy, respectful way. But you're not afraid to do it. You see the black and the white for what it is. You've come to terms with your emotions and the way people make you feel, the way things, coping mechanisms, unhealthy habits, jobs, places, whatever, make you feel. And you're like, no more, man. I don't deserve this. I don't want this in my life. I'm turning away from anything that is bringing me down or holding me back in life. And that is what's going to take you to these greater places. Now, for some of you, I got to say this is you ending relationships that you currently have that you know are unhealthy or that you're not happy. And they want me to say one more thing, Gemini. If you've been with someone for a really long time and you're like, oh my God, no, we've been together for 40 years. We've invested too much. Who am I to say I'm not happy? I'm sure it'll be fine. Do you want 40 years more, just like the ones that you've been in now? Do you want 5 more years like this? Do you want 2 more years like this? Like, how much is too much? If you're not in love with your partner and you have invested so much, you are robbing yourself and your partner of the chance to find something beautiful. As long as you're holding that space of we're staying together because it's convenient, then you're closing both of you off from allowing yourself to find something that is so much more suitable and emotionally gratifying. Okay, so this Knight of Cups, this Knight of Pentacles here, this could be big giant changes in the areas of romance and partnership because you're closing one chapter. You're getting honest about, hey man, are you happy? I'm not happy. Maybe we should decide to take a break, a separation. Now, this is not for all Geminis, okay? Don't make it fit. If you have an amazing partnership, please don't leave your partner. I'm just saying, if you know that you're not happy, have a conversation with that person, and maybe they're not happy too. And maybe you could both be a little happier if you could go your separate ways in a healthy, mature adult way and decide that a new unknown future is brighter than what you've been living so far. Okay? You deserve that. You only have one life to live here right now, and it's your chance to try new things, do whatever it is that you want to do. And if you find out later, like, oh man, I really missed that partner, things were better with my partner, then you always have the opportunity to make those reconciliations. But at least then you know. At least then you know. So that is your reading, Gemini. My name is Heidi, Spirit Speak Psychic Medium Heidi. That is me, the one and only. I'm right here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click the notification bell so that you never miss anything from me. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment and let me know how this resonates for you in February. I do have links in your description box if you want to connect with me on a deeper level or on another platform. That would be the only way to connect with me very safely. And I do appreciate you, Gemini. Until the next one, I send you so much love and so much blessings. Bye, guys.